Welcome back, everybody. Glad you're here. I'm sitting here going through my comments, catching up on stuff because I have fallen behind a little bit. And an old friend of mine on here popped up and suggested a song. This is from Sock Forrester. I know him as Mika, I believe. Misha. Hello, my friend. You haven't had anything Russian for a long time. Really? Yeah, I guess it's been since like March. Yeah, so it's been a few months. How do you feel about folk rock? I love folk rock. You take old organic instruments like drums, whistles, flutes, small strings, and mix them with metal. I'm all about it. Love it. I have prepared for you an old group song, GRAI. No, it's not gray. It's an old Slavic word meaning the loud cry of birds, which is cool. That's a great band name. So yeah, I looked them up. This is their channel. They are GRAI, spelled GRAI. Channel looks like this right here. So do me a favor, head over there, show them some support, check out some of their stuff. I have never heard of these guys, never heard of this song. So I don't know what it's going to be like. But this is by far, after looking at their channel, this is far and away their most popular song. It has over 8 million views since it debuted back in 2015. But they only have about almost 72,000 subscribers. So do me a favor, support these guys, man. Give them some love and let them know that you appreciate their music. I can't wait for this because I love hearing like songs that come out of tribal environments, songs that come out of like folk environments, where the lyrics mean a lot, where they're not just impactful emotionally, but they also tell the story, because back then this is the only way that they knew how to keep their history alive. They wrote these stories and sang them to generations in order to keep these things alive. So I love it. I think there's like this natural affinity in music to this kind of music, because it's like the original, it's the origins of music. You know, we wrote songs before we even had instruments. So I'm looking forward to this. So without any further ado, this is GRAI. The name of this is In the Arms of Mara, or In the Arms of Mary. And I was actually able to pull up English lyrics, which I will have posted below if you'd like to follow along. And we're going to check this out. So without any further ado, this is GRAI, In the Arms of Mary. Let's get it. Oh. All right, let me pause there for a second, because I think this was the first two verses, I think. I don't have it romanized, so I'm trying to follow along with the Cyrillic, which is really difficult. White winter came without asking, came fierce, covering with snow silver, like its gleam. Turned my soul and my heart into ice, covered the river with frozen tears. White winter brought wicked thoughts. The sun hid, and there is a full moon in the sky. In twilight wandering, I hear death sneaking quietly. The snowstorm is still whistling and circles dashingly. So it's like the coming of death wrapped up in the winter, right? So winter's coming on. It's this the death season. You know, everything's cold, nothing's growing, everything's dying, and they're I guess feeling like the depression of it. They're feeling like the oncoming of death. They're feeling like the oncoming of like this loneliness and depression. Really cool song so far, man. I love how that guitar came in. That was really cool. Great voices too, man. That girl has a really slick, silky voice. I like it. This is what I like about folk music. I love how you have your electric guitar, you have your bass, you have your drums. They're all putting down that great beat and everything, but you can just layer these other instruments on top of it. This lone violin on top of it gives it so much more of an emotional depth because the violin is very good at like giving that longing feeling, you know, that isolated feeling, just this morose feeling sometimes. And it's very good at like playing with your emotions when you're trying to get, based on the lyrics, that's trying to kind of the point they're trying to get across. Even with the flute at the beginning sounding like that, you know, it's very easy to incorporate like, you know, tribal drums and stuff like that because they fit right in. But when you can take like these smaller instruments that have been around for thousands of years in one form or another and layer them on top of modern rock music, you know, modern instruments, it just gives it a whole other flavor and a whole nother meaning that's just really cool to like pull out of that song. It's really cool. If I'm right with where I am in these lyrics, that was I believe the third verse or possibly even the chorus. Snowy fir trees swaying in the wind, yet fierce winter doesn't end in my heart. Knocked on the window with a blizzard, fierce winter. So the wind's blowing. So wind's blowing and not only banging on the windows of, you know, their house, but also like banging on the windows of their heart. So it's really like getting to them emotionally. Okay, I'm sorry if I'm not in the right place with these lyrics, but the fourth one here is, oh, I can't sleep. The blizzard filled my soul. The winter led a dear friend away. Winter's wicked spells ruined my soul. Fierce winter took Mary in its embrace. So that's what it is, right? they lost their dear friend Mary. They lost Mary in a previous winter. So now every time winter rolls back around, they get that feeling of loss. They get that feeling of depression. And, you know, the blizzard fills my soul. My soul gets real cold in its turmoil. Oh, that's really cool. That's really a great way to frame that loss. That's really cool. I hope I'm in the right place here. I don't know if I'm in the right place, but those are all the lyrics I have. I don't know if that's like 4 verses or 3 verses in a chorus repeating, but that's where I'm at. So I hope forgive me if I got that messed up. You see what I mean? Layering these instruments together. When you have the guitar coming in with this pounding beat, you know, you're hearing the blizzard, right? You're hearing like the turmoil of emotions, the sense of loss and everything. But on top of it, they're playing that flute, and that flute is showing you how personal and how private that loss is, right? Losing Mary to a previous winter, you know, that depression is in your soul. It's very personal, but you just have all these conflicting emotions on top of it, right? The blizzard that rages in your heart that's pounding against the windows and everything else that you have raging. But there's that one tone in there that's just so personal. It just adds a whole different layer to that music. I love it when bands can do that and make that kind of music. Then you put the vocalizations, her vocalizations on top of that. And for you, it may be different. For me, I'm reading this as like, those are like the echoes of Mary, right? That's the echo of Mary's voice in this guy's head or this friend's head that's remembering her after the loss. And so you can almost relate this to, like, you have that, you know, you have that raging storm, you have that personalization with the violin and with the flute, and then you have the memories of Mary with her vocalizations coming in on top of it, just sounding so ethereal and so ghostly, right? It's really cool. That was pretty cool. I gotta tell you, that was in the vein of what I was expecting, hearing folk metal, but it just, yeah, that's why I like it, because it always has like that personal message behind it, right? And it's a message that there's been people that have suffered that kind of loss in that exact kind of situation for thousands of years, and it's a story that's been told a million times, but you can still personalize it and still make people feel about it today with modern instruments and modern singing. It's just awesome that when I love folk music. I love it when they can combine stuff like that together and give you a whole different interpretation of that story just with the music. It's just awesome. So thanks, man. I'm glad you sent that to me, man. I really appreciate that. What do you guys think? Did you like it? I'm betting you probably did. So do me a favor, give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not already, hit the little bell so you get the notifications when we're finding new music if you've never heard of. Share this with your friends, loved ones, close neighbors, complete strangers. And most importantly, please drop me a comment below. Let me know what you thought. And if you got something you want me to check out, music I've never heard before, music you've never heard before, drop me a link. I'd love to check it out and see what's going on. In the meantime, you can check the other stuff out right here. I'm trying to react to a bunch of whole new stuff and building up a better library over here on the channel and getting more active, but definitely want your input. So check this out. In the meantime, you guys be good. Stay safe. I love you. God loves you. Peace.